Hello listeners, welcome back to Chasm Converses. This week, I have a special treat for you, a double episode week. We start with this conversation I had with a good friend of mine, Benjamin Batty. We talk about music and being involved in bands. He also touches on being involved in Taekwondo and the path he's undertaking to achieve his black belt. We also have an additional guest in the episode this week. Ben's cat, Loki, decided to get involved and make his presence known during our episode. We hope you enjoy it. Let's get conversing. Chasm Converses. Thank you for joining me on my podcast, Ben.
It's all good, man.
We've been friends for a long time. At the moment, we've got a vodka and Pepsi, which is cool.
Yeah.
Nice end to a long day, I think, which is quite good.
Fucking needed it.
Yeah. Definitely. I was at Diana's murder yesterday night, so I'm feeling it.
Not bad.
Right now.
I'm feeling getting up at 5:30 every morning.
Yeah, man, that's that. But no, I'd love to talk to you today about lots of stuff that you do, music and that sort of thing, because obviously, you know, you're probably one of the bigger band gurus that I know when it comes to like someone who's just really interested in bands, and you can listen to so many different kinds of music and all that sort of stuff, and as well as that you're in your own band, which is awesome as well. I still remember when you got into the band and I was like, dude, I'm so proud of you, because there was a point where nearly all of us had been, like, within our sort of group, had all been in bands, and then you hadn't been in a band, and then you got into a band, and then none of us were in a band.
Yeah, well, that's sort of the thing, isn't it? Like, yeah. I've been trying for so long to just get into a band, and then this has sort of been the one that's kind of taken off.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I was in Stranger Shores back in the day, previous KZRN.
Yes, previous.
All the riffs from KZRN kind of...
Yes.
You know, started there.
They mold their way over into my corner.
And then I was in Creation's Herald for a short period of time, which was kind of like a progressive band, which is like kind of like my bread and butter. Like, I love prog. But I don't know, there's something about my band now, SwordfishTrombone, that's kind of just got this fun element to it for me. And that was kind of what I wanted when I tried to get a band together. Is I remember my post was like, I just want to make a band that just wants to have some fun and just bring some fun to stage. Yeah. That's what it was all about for me, and that's going to be what it's all about. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't care if I don't make any fucking money off of it.
Yeah.
It's all about, for me, just having a good fucking time.
Definitely.
And that's what I find with my whole band, pretty much. I mean, they would love to become famous off of it, make money, make a living off of it. But at the same time, they just fucking love getting up and playing their music.
Yeah, and you can definitely see that on stage when they do get up and play. Like, you guys have some real cool like chemistry in there. Like, you guys seem like real good friends, all the rest of it, and obviously.
Yeah, which is weird because I didn't know any of these guys when I met them.
Yeah, I'd love to hear like your sort of story being them. I feel like you probably told me before. But even so, I'd love to sort of know how it all sort of came together, because obviously you were in a Creations Herald and that sort of thing beforehand.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really going anywhere, but
no. So do you want me to talk about what happened with Creations Herald, or just skip over that and just go straight into where I'm at now?
Oh, just go as far as you want, man.
I'll just start with my band. So pretty much I've been sitting around for like 4 or 5 months after Creations Herald broke up, going, fuck it, I want to do more music. I want to do something. I want to have, like, I've been playing for years. I've got all my instruments,
you know. I'm a massive stand.
And I was like, I want to put this to use. So I got on Facebook, I got into like the Adelaide musicians page where everyone kind of just goes if they want to start a band or want to promote some shit. And I just kind of put up a post that was like, looking to start a band, just wanted to have fun, as I said.
Yeah.
These are some of my influences. Like, I had Mastodon, I had Dillinger Escape Plan in there. You know, I had Korn, things like, you know, fucking some solid bands.
Definitely.
And got approached by a bunch of different people. 2 of them being Dan from my band and also Will.
Yes.
We did have another guitarist, Hayden, but I think he was too busy at the time to actually do anything with it.
Yeah.
So we didn't actually obviously end up having him, which sucks because he's such a good musician. Like, listening to his music, he does stuff now and he sings and he plays and he's such a fucking good musician.
Cool.
But anyway, so we caught up I think it was early March 2020.
Right.
And
right around the old lockdown area.
Right around the old lockdown. We did our first practice, caught up, vibed off each other. It was like, that was fucking fun.
Yeah.
Next week, lockdown.
Yeah.
Pretty much straight away. It was just like, yeah, we got something in.
Bang.
Gone.
It's almost taken away.
So, but somehow in that lockdown area, you know, we found time, we found a way to even catch up down rehearsal studio.
Mm-hmm.
Dan brought Dylan along, our drummer,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of it just stuck, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of just happened very naturally, I guess.
That's
you know?
brilliant.
And it's cool that we've actually become good friends out of it. You know,
Yes.
like, I've become friends with everybody from the bands I've been in, and I still talk to everyone. But like, this is just really cool to have dudes who are just like, hey, let's go fucking play some music and go hang out and go have some food and just like catch up at each other's houses and shit. So
that's awesome, man. Especially if you all can sort of commit to it on the same level. That's like, it makes it so much better. It's not just like one person pulling the weight or that sort of thing. It's
That's
like
it.
everyone's together having a good time and making the music. So
that's it.
that's brilliant. How did the name sort of come about? Because it is quite a fun sort of title, isn't it?
Yeah. So the name came about because when we booked the studio, Sunsets, where you guys practice.
The place to be.
The place to be.
for most musicians in Adelaide.
So when we went down there for our first ever hang, like never met each other, anything like that, Will needed to book the room under a name. Just as a joke, he put SwordfishTrombone.
Oh.
We just kept using that until, you know, we had a few songs under our belt. We're like, oh, cool, this is going well, you know, what should we call ourselves? And everyone was just like, let's just keep going with SwordfishTrombone.
Yeah.
And it just kind of stuck.
It's an obvious choice, I guess.
Yeah, well, it works, you know, it's something different. Like, you look at a fucking, you know, one of the posters or something, it's just a weird name that kind of stands out in a way.
No, absolutely. I definitely agree with that for sure. And it's one that you obviously see a little bit, it does sort of stick out, and I guess for audiences, they'll be like, oh, what's that band called? Like, it's almost like Mountain Wizard Death Cult, you know?
Yeah.
When I see them on any bill, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, those guys.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, it's just, we also try to go with, you know, title post on the posters and stuff that's actually legible, unlike most, you know, death metal bands where it looks like sticks thrown at the fucking ground.
That's true, yes. I do enjoy that, even though your name is very long, it is completely pronounceable, so that's unlike mine.
So everyone's like, how is it said? I'm just like, Kazarin. Like, because, you know, I just think about it as your old wrestling name.
Yeah, I know. That's basically what it's going to become.
Yeah.
Down further on.
I just figured KZRN, Kazarin, you know, Kazarin Crow makes sense.
Yeah, so the good thing about it is that when we do sort of extend it, it's like, well, KZRN can just be the shortener, as every band sort of has a shortener in a way.
Yeah. Well, like we're SFT.
Yeah, exactly. You got Adam and Eve Affliction there, TAA, like that sort of thing. So it's like, it's not a massive loss at the change, which is nice. But I found a weird thing with like the bands who that V has really started to come into a lot of bands.
Oh, Cavolts and
like Sigvals.
yeah.
It was I think there's a band called Everhurt that I've heard on that also has the V in it, and like it's kind of I don't knock it too much. I don't really understand it though.
Well, from what I thought was the V was kind of like true Cavolt, like metal, like black metal. I think is where it originates. Don't hold that. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure the V comes from like black metal and people being like, you're not true Cavolt. You know, like not true black metal.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how it made itself into fucking like death metal and then like more.
The Adelaide local scene.
Adelaide local scene.
Yeah, it's fair. But no, it's such a cool thing, and I'm always quite surprised when I see bands that have them. I'm like, oh, cool, nice. Because I always think, like, I wonder if you do spell it, like, with the pronunciations of things, like, if you do spell it just normal with the V even being there.
No, you would do, like with signals, it's just signals.
Yeah.
The V is just trying to be...
Yeah, a bit different. Yeah. I mean, I can relate to that in a sense with this project, but even so. I don't knock it, that's for damn sure.
Yeah. So, and also with the name, we went completely off track there.
No, that's fine. This is exactly what I'm supposed to do.
so the names originated, the name has originated from an album from, oh god, now I'm having a mental blank. Tom Wade.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I think that's his name, Tom Wade. Yeah.
I was going to try and
Fuck,
find my phone to
everyone's
see if
gonna-
I could search it up, but I couldn't find it in time.
My band's going to be so disappointed in me when I say that wrong.
That's okay. This is now filling time while Ben figures out who it is. I think that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Tom Waits.
Tom Waits.
Waits.
Right.
I don't know why Wade came into my mind.
It's
Tom
pretty
Waits.
close.
Yeah, so he's got an album called Swordfish Trombones and a song called Swordfish Trombones, and Will's a massive Tom Waits fan.
Right.
And so
okay, cool.
that's how the name started.
That's cool. Nice.
Just something simple. Yeah.
And you did like the artwork for like your first thing.
The original one, yeah.
Yeah, like the swordfish with the long nose.
Yeah, with the trombone nose.
Yeah.
I did the original, and then we sent it to someone just to kind of digitize it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have the original. I think it's like on the paper behind you, on like the keyboard there.
All right.
It's behind the basics of playing keyboard.
Right.
So this page back here.
Oh shit! Righto. Okay, let me have a look at this. I'm going to put this up so people can actually see it. Oh,
Yeah.
nice! That's actually really good. Shit, it doesn't even look that different from the original thing that you did either.
No, so the original one, I feel like mine's got a little bit more attitude in it. There's
It kinda
something
does.
a little bit from it, just like a bit harder looking than the way it came out.
It's the lines in the face. I think they do it for
That
me.
was what I was
think
going for.
I think the colours that were added to it because it was
Soften it.
Yeah, I think they may soften it slightly, but that's really cool. I'm gonna have to. I'll take a.
You can take photo of it.
I
It's
would.
fine.
Let's feel it. But no, it's cool that you guys have been obviously doing quite a few things, and like you obviously released an EP as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yep.
so long ago. Well, when was it? It started
That was
2021.
2021, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That was called Semantics, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So we
so-
started that. We started writing that album when we first caught up. Like
Right.
the EP, sorry. We started writing that pretty much from day one.
Mhm.
I think Bad Luck to Kill a Seabird was like our first kind of song that came from our first ever band practice. So
Right.
Bad Luck to Kill a Seabird, our most popular song on Spotify,
Oh, nice. Cool.
was the first song we ever wrote.
That's awesome. That's sick. And you do have those like sort of, I guess, sort of wacky names as well as song titles, which also adds to the artist name as well. So
That's
yeah, it adds to the fun, I guess.
Travis from your band.
Yes.
Our
friend Travis.
Yes, our friend Travis was kind of like saying it's like old school, like early 2000s metal where it would have like the most ridiculously stupid long name.
Yeah.
Like I think buying the jet skis was a bad idea or something like that. Just something really fucking stupid, and then like the song's about love. Fucking real stupid.
It reminds me of I Set My Friends on Fire.
Yeah.
Like things that rhyme with orange. Like beauty's in the eye of the beer holder.
Beer holder?
Yeah,
That's a good one.
That's sick. I love that song.
That's
But
brilliant.
yeah, I sort of relate it to that in a term, which is kind of cool.
We recorded all 4 songs
Yeah.
in 2 days.
Wow, cool.
It was supposed to have that kind of like live, just like
That raw
Just fucking-
sort of
yeah.
intensity to it, yeah.
raw, go for it kind of vibe, and I think we do have that there,
It does come across in the recording for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I think.
which is kind of our vibe. I think like I like the fact that what you hear pretty much on recording is kind of what you're going to get live.
Yeah, it's not too like I guess
Not-
produced. There's not
yeah.
too much around it, which is quite nice because I had that element with a few of the Paper Sunset songs we used to do back in the day before we tried to do like backing tracks or we tried to do like heaps of synth sounds and stuff. But yeah, no, I definitely understand that. That's really cool that you guys do that. But nah, man, that's sweet. And obviously you guys have played some really cool gigs recently. Like obviously you went and played Froth and Fury Fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Man, the vodka's hitting you hard.
Froth and Fury
I think it's
Festival.
fucking it's giving me a little bit of a slur over here. Yeah.
Froth and Fury Festival.
That was-
Hard Life Brewery.
To open it was good to be the opening band, but they kind of made a mistake with like opening the gates.
Right.
So they had it where one person was checking tickets.
Oh.
So at the time where you want 2 people to like fucking rush people in,
Yeah.
get people in, there was only one. So by the time we finished, people were starting to like properly filter in.
Right, okay, yeah.
So we only played to like a good maybe 20, 30 people.
Yeah, okay.
Not as much as it would have been if they'd had 2 people
Yeah,
checking tickets. At the same time, we were going up against Hola.
Oh yeah.
So like they were
Hello, yes.
all they were playing at the exact same time. So like
yeah.
that was that was cool to be on the same like bill as those guys, and for us both to be at like opening acts, which is really cool.
I was chuffed that like two friends of mine were opening for them on two different stages. That was awesome.
It was really cool. But it was really cool to just like share the stage with some fucking sick bands.
Yeah, like obviously you had, you got like Ailstorm was the main event. You got Clowns, Void of Vision, all those kind of guys.
Void of Vision, man. When I saw those guys, blew my fucking mind.
Really? Wow.
I have not watched a band like that I've never seen before.
Yeah. In
a long time, that impressed me as much as those guys.
Sick. That's cool.
I pretty much like went on a binge for like 3-4 days of just listening to those guys afterwards.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think Sam showed me Void of Vision back in the day. I think I listened to the White album. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a pretty good album, even though I can't remember the name of it. But I remember hearing Ghost in the Machine, and I was just like, oh, this is awesome. It became my push-up song. Just like the beat goes so well with it, but even so.
And Clowns as well.
Yeah,
Clowns was sick. Them. They were really good.
That's awesome, man.
Totally Unicorn. Fucking slayed the stage yet again. Really? I saw him twice last year. Once at Froth and Fury, but also one time Yaz and I went out for dinner. Yeah. And then went and saw them, and Drew is just a mad fucking man on stage.
I think you may have told me about that before.
He was doing like one-handed fucking cartwheels and shit on stage.
That's right. Yeah, no, I remember that now.
It was fun. He was climbing trees and shit at Froth and Fury. There's one moment where they stop like the band's like riffing and just keep playing. Yeah. And he's in the crowd with his fucking mic cable. My drummer's on the other end of it, and they're doing like jump rope in the pit.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was really cool.
That was sick, man.
Yeah.
How was the did you guys get to go like backstage? Yeah. Or was there a backstage? Like did you get to meet sort of anyone? Or?
Yeah, we sort of.
Was that the guitar?
Yeah, it's Loki. No, it's Loki.
Oh, it's the cat.
Yeah, he's trying to get in. I can't come in, mate. You'll fucking make him be a menace.
All over the place.
There was a backstage. It was really cool. We kind of met Alt. Some people from Clowns as well. Me and Dana, my guitarist, were both backstage when Totally Unicorn started, so we were like side of stage watching them from the side, which was really cool.
Sick.
It was cool having a lanyard and like being able to walk around wherever the fuck you want. That was really cool.
That would have been like held backstage pass.
That's why I've got to hang on my wall with, right? Yeah. Because like it's just
gotta remember it.
Such a good memory. Just like kind of walking around and then you're like, I'm gonna go in here, fucking whoop it out, and then you go.
So I feel when I walk into the airport. And I've got my backstage pass.
The best part about having that pass, right, was there was the main, there was bars everywhere, but there was the main bar was kind of behind the main stage, the Froth stage. Yes. And to one side of the Froth stage was another bar viewing area which was just for bands. Ooh, so sick. You could literally walk in and get a drink in 2 seconds and then leave. You didn't have to wait with everyone else.
Yeah.
And then you're standing on the side, you can look over the crowd and the band at the same time and just have a good old time. It was fucking sick.
That would have been so awesome, man. Yeah. God damn, that would have been a bloody awesome gig to play.
It was just to go from we were a band that started in 2020 during COVID. Yeah. And then somehow we've gone from starting playing gigs in 2021 all the way through to playing 2 Melbourne shows last year.
Yes.
Doing the Wacken Festival Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, actually I'd love to hear about that as well. If we could talk about that too. That'd be sick.
And then, playing Froth and Fury. Yeah. Which is, probably one of the bigger festivals that Adelaide's got at the moment.
Yes, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
So the Wacken Festival was, I'd like to think most people know what Wacken is. The massive German fucking metal festival.
Yes, but it was like a competition to see if your band could get in to get a spot, wasn't it, I think?
Yes. Yeah. So it was, so we started in April last year. We played the States. Some fucking how we won state.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how. There's some fucking awesome bands that played that show.
Or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking, we went up against some really cool bands. One that we're kind of friends with, Golan, which is just a drummer and a bassist on stage. The bassist runs 2 lines. He's got a guitar amp, he's got a bass amp. He does the vocals. It's fucking heavy. It's so sludgy. It's amazing.
Yeah, Jack did some work with them actually. He was talking to me about them the other week too. So
those guys are nuts.
It's awesome.
And somehow we beat them. Yeah. Don't know how.
Right.
Then I think it was like 3 months later, 2 or 3 months later, we went to Melbourne to play the Nationals.
Right.
And that included WA, can't remember, maybe Northern Territory, Queensland, ACT, pretty much all of Australia.
Basically all the winners from those
other states
come in together.
But also winners from 2020 as well.
Yeah, because they weren't able to play that year,
They weren't, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
So we had those guys there as well, but we also had a band from New Zealand come on.
Jeez, a lot of competition.
Yeah, so I think there was like 15 bands there or something.
Jeez, that's a big day.
Yeah.
Was it like a really big show, like lots of people turn up and that sort of thing?
Yeah, more people kind of turned up for the later bands. Like and Thrope, who were the ones who won the actual Wacken festival rights, I guess.
Yeah.
Those guys got a pretty good following, and the later bands did as well. But like the turnout was pretty good. I'd say there was like a good few hundred people go through there. It was cool.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
It was only not a massive place, but it was big enough. Get some good. It was a good vibe actually.
Yeah. And what were the other venues that you played when you said you did go to Melbourne? I mean, we both know now that the Melbourne road trip is quite fun.
Oh, it's rough, man.
8-hour drive.
Yes.
To Melbourne.
So we did that when we went to this Battle of the Bands. We did Friday. We drove.
Yeah.
We played Saturday. Right. So we had that night off. We had to sleep. We had time to mentally prepare.
That's good.
Which was really good. The second time we went in the morning and got there. Had like an hour and then went to the gig.
Shit.
That was rough as fuck. I was like a fucking zombie by the end of that. I had no energy. My body was like killing me on stage. It was just really... But it was a fucking solid gig.
Yeah,
absolutely. It was awesome. Like we played with a band called Deadweight 80.
Right.
Who we befriended when we did a fill-in gig here in Adelaide.
Okay.
So we were originally supposed to just kind of be in the middle of the set.
Right.
We were supposed to just kind of fall in about the middle.
Yeah.
The headliner pulled out.
Oh, rough.
Then we ended up somehow we ended up in the fucking headlining position, man.
Yeah.
No idea how. But we were talking to Deadweight 80 who did the exact same thing that we did. Sorry.
It's really relentless.
No. Fuck it.
That's okay.
He's going to make a ruckus with his fucking
That's alright.
So Deadweight 80 did what we did. They drove over on that day as well and then played that night. So anyway, we befriended those guys. And even before we saw them play... even before we saw them play or they saw us play...
Yeah.
They were like, you guys want to come play a Melbourne show?
Right.
I was like, yeah, sweet. Sounds good. So, yeah. Then we watched them play and it was just like, these guys are fucking sick. Thank God. They're good because we committed to a show without ever hearing them.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, it was a good idea to, befriend those guys. Then they watched us play and they were like, guys fucking killed it, which was really cool. I broke a string on stage that night.
Oh, classic.
I think I broke... I think I broke the D string.
D, right, okay, yeah.
Don't know how I did it. Just playing hard.
I did that one. I don't think it was the G. I broke the top string somehow.
The E.
Yeah, the E. At a gig in the Flinders fucking bar that we played once. And it was weird because Tosh broke a string that night and it was the same string.
Shit.
So he broke, I think it was the E on his acoustic and I broke the E on my bass. And we were just like, what the fuck? That is crazy, man.
It's hard to pull back from breaking that string.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially as a bassist.
Exactly. I think we literally had one song left, or 2 songs left, and I think... Oh, it was so long ago. I think I may have just flunked it and just been like, yeah, cool, I'll be fine. I think we played Giants just like an octave higher.
I think I broke it like the third song in that night. So
Oh,
I just kind of had to make up.
a bit more of a...
Just find the notes somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Even so, like, it's always so fun to just, like, a road trip to Melbourne. Even, obviously, it's such a far drive, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Did you do all the driving, or did you guys share?
No, me and Dan drove. Yeah, we kind of split it. Actually, on the way there, he did a little bit more.
Right.
But on the way back, I think I did a little bit more on the way back that time.
Right, cool.
Yeah.
Loki is being a little pest.
Yeah. I'm making sure he's not pulling the mic down because he will.
He's won the day today. That's okay. Even so, I can hold it.
He's fucking...
I might just keep
He's cute, but...
I might just keep this in because it's funny.
He's cute, but he's a fucking menace.
Oh,
That's Loki.
yes, little boy. But even so, no, that's awesome. That's really cool. Obviously, people are putting you guys forward for gigs. Cause
Yeah, the fact we got it from like word of mouth almost a bit more than actually, we knowing people.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, especially because so many like metal bands stuff are finally being able to come back over to Adelaide. So many of them obviously need support. It's obviously like good friend band of ours, Falter, is playing Powerman 5000 on Friday. That's crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking so
we
cool,
actually
man.
we actually put our name forward for that one too.
That one as well. Oh, come on, mate.
We actually, to be honest, we had another gig lined up. I think it was even Froth and Fury at the time.
Yeah.
But they were Hybrid Theory.
Yeah.
When they came.
Linkin Park cover bands.
Yeah,
that's right.
When they came, Loki, fucking menace. When they came, they had band all lined up.
Yeah.
And then that band dropped out, and we got asked to go fill in that band for Hybrid Theory.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Fucking cat. Come on, you're out. You're done.
Currently he has his head in a shopping bag.
You're done,
and
mate.
that was going out the door.
You're fucking done.
This is a great conversation that I'm having with Ben Batty. I might just keep this in because it's funny.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, so we were supposed to fill in for whatever band pulled out of Hybrid Theories, which was pretty cool to be asked to do that, but
That's brilliant.
I can't see that happening with Falter.
Yeah.
I can't see them faltering.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not. I'm definitely going to handle one of their shirts.
Yeah, there's a few spots of like bollocks
There
in
are
there.
a few spots and stuff even, so that's cool. Yeah, no shit, that's fucking cool. I guess like what's I did want to ask you one more thing about because besides all the music and all the rest of it, you also do Taekwondo and you're heading towards a black belt.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Which is freaking sweet, man.
Doing it for a fucking long time, so
Yeah, shit.
yeah.
How's like the training and stuff been going with that?
Taekwondo, we've had the last month off because of Christmas.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, kind of with COVID, it kind of made it really hard to train.
Yeah.
Just because of school, because like we use a gym kind of thing at the school.
Yeah.
At a school, not the school. There's more than one fucking school. They were kind of a bit hesitant on letting people use the area because of COVID and shit.
Yeah, of course.
So that kind of put a wrench in my like training for a little bit, not completely, but made it hard.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say since I got my Shodan which is the belt just below black.
Yeah.
I've done almost 200 training sessions since then.
Good lord.
It's not normal to be doing 200 sessions before getting your black belt, but that's the way it fucking fell.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I've been training every morning at 6 o'clock pretty much for the last 4 or 5 months.
That's
now.
awesome, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's rough. We're getting up so early, especially like we do sessions on Saturdays at like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
This isn't Taekwondo based, but this is like kind of strength classes and stuff.
Yeah. Things that sort of add to help additional like ways to get there, I guess.
That's right. Like it's all about trying to get in the best possible shape for myself personally, but also being fit enough to do like a 3-4 hour grading for Taekwondo.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy. But even so, it's going to be so cool to actually see you wearing a black belt, and because, as I say, you've been doing this for so long.
14 years this year.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But like, it's going to pay off, which is awesome. And obviously, it's all about the journey.
That's it. And that's the thing, like, if anyone ever listens to this podcast and like, ever doing martial arts, like, never you shouldn't ever care about like what belt you are. What's more important is your experience and your actual skill. Because if you're really good and you've got the experience behind you, you could be a fucking white belt.
Yeah.
But if you've got the skill, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, there's fucking pictures of, this is going a bit far out for you as not a fan of UFC.
You go.
But like Khamzat and fucking like Khabib Nurmagomedov, there's pictures of both of those dudes in like BJJ gear with white belts. Right. But those dudes are fucking both insane wrestlers. Yeah. Like, they can smother a dude and just fuck them up on the ground, no problem at all. But they're fucking white belts. You know, so it doesn't really matter what your belt is as long as you got the skill.
Absolutely. And soon you're going to be a black belt. So that's going to be a fucking awesome time, man.
It'll be cool. I got to start teaching then.
Oh, yeah.
That's not like I haven't been. Pretty much since I was on my blue belt, my bass teacher, he started Taekwondo from me suggesting it to him.
Yeah.
And pretty much from when he got his yellow belt, I've been training him for before gradings.
Right.
So like just helping him get those little things a bit tighter before.
That's awesome.
Before gradings. Not so much lately since he reached red belt, but like more when he was a lower belt.
But even so, that's awesome, man. Well, honestly, I wish you all the best with it, man. I can't wait to see you with your black belt and the rest of it.
Yeah,
and obviously, thank you so much for just like, chatting with me today about all your music stuff.
I know, and that's like that's just scratching the surface of the way we talk.
I know. And so we're doing it literally in like basically I guess you could call it your recording room, your music room.
Yeah, my music room,
yeah. As I said, it's like guitars.
My nerd room.
Yeah. There's all sorts of stuff going on here, but even so, man, it's been so fucking nice just to chat to you about that stuff. Yeah. So I really, really Thank you so much for tuning in to that episode with myself and Benjamin Batty. As part of this double episode week, we have another one coming on Wednesday, so do check back here this Wednesday for an extra episode here on Cousin Converses.